My name is David Friedberg. I am currently a junior here at Reinhardt University. I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and I'm majoring in sports studies.
This is Coach Josh White. I'm the throws coach here on the Reinhardt University track team. This is my second year. I came from Kentucky Wesleyan College, which was my alma mater. It's where I threw in college, and I threw mainly Javelin. I was fortunate enough, my school at the time didn't actually have a track program. It was something that I started while I was in school. And so with that, I had the freedom to choose my own meets, go wherever I wanted to. And I was fortunate enough to meet a guy who threw in the 2008 Olympics, who holds the national record from Chile, and was able to really learn a lot from the jav. Going down, his school is Western Kentucky University, about an hour away, and I was able to go down and train with him a couple, 2-3 days a week, and it really opened my eyes to the javelin throw in a very different way than most Americans think of it, and I think that's really allowed me to bring a different perspective to our javelin throwers here at Reinhardt.
So I'm a dual sport athlete here at Reinhardt University. I'm a wide receiver for the football team and also throw javelin for track. And I think managing between two sports is difficult as long as you learn how to manage your time and just communication between coaches and stuff. I think it can be done.
And it's something I play too. I play football and track in college as well. So I think from my side of things, having that experience in doing multiple sports really helps us kind of set up a plan so that we get enough stuff done in the spring with our throwers, in this case David, but also we're not making it so that they have to pick one sport or the other. We're able to get both sports enough practice time in the spring, and so that it helps avoid any kind of conflicts, which is, at a small school, you want to have great relationships with all of the other coaching staffs on other teams, and I think we do a really good job of that with our dual sport athletes.
So I went to a small high school. I did triple jump, I ran the 200, and I ran the 100. And coming in freshman year of college, I had no idea of the javelin. And Coach Turner, the head coach of the track team, come up to me and said that he thinks I look like I can throw the javelin. So he kind of threw me in there, and that was my first experience doing it. And ever since then, I've just been throwing.
Yeah, and obviously I wasn't here his freshman year, but when we got here, a lot of people, their first introduction to the javelin is kind of that freshman year of college. And he was so raw, we had to basically completely reteach the event. He had kind of an understanding of in general what the body wanted to do to throw the javelin, but I mean, we broke down and restarted with the grip, everything, from the ground up. And I remember, what was it, probably February, comes up to me and goes, "Coach, I don't know if this is going to work," but it's just such a unique event, and right. He really just became a student of the event. He'll come to me at practice sometimes, "Hey, Coach, I saw and he'll name a thrower, vetter, roller. I saw them on their Instagram. They did this. Like, hey, why did they do it? Is this something we might want to do in our throw?" And just really became a student of the event. And that's kind of what separates people from being kind of good to that next level of contending for championships, conference, national, Olympics, whatever. Is just really studying the event. And that's a credit to David, putting in the time outside of practice to get better.
Right. It was definitely a tough transition going into javelin because I did pitch in high school, play baseball, but we're working towards it.
So, like David says, he plays football, so we didn't meet till probably January of 2020.
Yeah.
And so coming into it, I kind of had a couple of, like I do with all my throwers, a couple of different goals. He had won the AAC conference championship the year before, so kind of that was one of the goals, obviously repeat as conference champ, and then we wanted to go ahead and hit the national B standard. So for those who don't know, in NAIA, to qualify for nationals, you've got an A standard and a B standard. All the A standards on the team go automatically, and then each school can send up to 3 B standards per gender, and that's across all the events. So you could have long jumper, triple jumper, and javelin thrower. Boom, there's your 3B standard. So you really want to try to hit the A standard. But our goal was, 55 meters, hit the B standard, qualify. First meet of the year, we're at Emory, and you do 54 point something. And so the goal shifted then to, okay, the B standard's well within grasp. Let's try to hit the A standard. And then, again, the goal shifted pretty quickly after that. We were at Kennesaw a week later.
Did some more big PRs.
It opens up with a 56 point whatever, and so I already had the B standard. So even within that one meet, the goal changed drastically and came out, ended up 61.20, I believe.
Right.
And that led the country at the time in NAIA. And then, we, again, with football and everything, last year they had a new offense coordinator. So once we had the A standard, put a little bit more time into football. And then we had spring ball got over with. We went one conference again, and then at that point we were going down training at a rubber track because it's better to throw javelin off of rubber. He tweaked his elbow a little bit, and so for the next 3 weeks
we didn't do anything.
A lot of technical stuff, a lot of med ball work, just really kind of making sure we had that elbow healthy for nationals. And by the time we got down there, it was healthy and ready to go.
Yeah. The main concern going into nationals was just making sure, I don't tweak my elbow again. It was kind of like just hoping I wouldn't tweak it again, honestly. And it was kind of nerve-wracking, but once I threw that 69.90 and got to stand up on the podium, it was awesome. And I got to contact family members, and it was just amazing to be there.
So probably the most impressive thing about his not just his national championship win last year, but the distance, was the fact that he didn't even use a full approach. A lot of times you'll see people, jav throwers, they're running forward, and then about halfway down the runway, they'll switch into crossovers and then throw the javelin. And I didn't think he was ready for that last year, and so we just put him right into the crossovers and threw from there. So one of the big, as we're looking towards 23, obviously we already knew each other, so we got out probably a couple times during the fall, maybe 2 days a week to start working on that transition into the full approach. And so that's kind of one of the big goals this year is to be able to transition into a full approach.
I think once we transition to that, I think we'll see the javelin really fly.
Yeah, sure. And so, always thinking about long-term goals and there's pressure on you to repeat.
Yeah, repeat as national champion. I want to get the NAIA record.
74.42 meters, so I think that's well within reach.
Oh yeah, for sure. So,
and then with what he threw last year, it kind of opened up the opportunity for us to get him into some bigger meets. March 31st rather, we're going to go down to the University of Florida down in Gainesville, and he's going to be throwing at the Florida Relays against pretty much all Division I, big-time Division I throwers, guys who were all Americans at the D1 level.
Really, really excited for that meet.
Be a good opportunity, and then we've got conference after that, and repeat as conference champ, and then head up to Indiana Wesleyan for outdoor national championships this year.
Go get another ring.
And then, the unique thing about track and the way our sport is set up is we get to compete against not just the best Division I throwers or Division II or whatever other college level, but we can also qualify for the U.S. Championship. So that's kind of another goal is to qualify for the U.S. Championships and get to go out to Eugene, Oregon, Hayward Field, kind of the heart and soul home of our sport, and compete out there. And then, if we can get there and do well enough at that meet, there's an opportunity to represent the U.S. at an international competition this summer, which would be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
Put that USA across your chest.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So I would like to thank Coach White right here for everything he's done for me and just for believing in me. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. So I just thank him for that.
I just kind of echo the same sentiments, man. Thank you. Like I said, became a student of the event, and when somebody is kind of that into it, it really makes my job as a coach a little bit easier. But man, we're just getting started. Like, the journey's just started.
Yeah.
We got, you know,
Got a long ways to go.
2028 Olympics are here in the U.S., so
It's definitely a team effort for sure.
yeah, let's keep working
We're
and get out to
excited.
Los Angeles.
Let's do it.